highway to the danger zone. Can we go watch Top Gun? Come on, it's a classic. Do we have to? Okay, all right, we'll do this. I really don't like competing with Tom Cruise. I mean, seriously. I mean, competing with Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer, the Iceman, a classic like Top Gun. Okay, we'll do this. J-Bone, After Dark. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Totally screwed up that. See, I'm off. I got Danger Zone going in my head now. It's viral. Speaking of Iceman, we are tipping a cold one tonight. The bottle, Styles, the bottle is almost gone. It is almost gone, my friend. We are whittling away on it. We got some pizza tonight, so we got some Pepsi to go with it. Not Coke. Wife wanted Pepsi. All right. So, Impact After Dark, the road to final hour. Kind of scary. Not going to lie. Kind of scary. Kind of scary. Like last night was kind of scary. Had the green light. Can't tell. That's a little better. Yeah, we won't do that. We'll change it back. Last night was creepy for Halloween. We won't do creepy tonight. Although, be after midnight can be, never mind. So yeah, come on in. It's late, whatever. Grab yourself a drink, sit down, relax, kick your shoes off. We're gonna talk some Impact After Dark. Oh yeah. We silence the phone because sometimes we forget to do that. And we don't want late night calls in the middle of the night while we're doing our Impact Wrestling review. Thank you for joining me, whoever's staying up this late. Most appreciated. Lots going on in this episode. Man, how about that final promo from Cross? Holy cow. Talk about something scary and apocalyptic. Could be, you could call it a continuation from Halloween, seriously. You know what, though? I give Impact props for not doing a whole goofy Halloween theme. I'm not knocking WWE for doing it. But when I saw that the Brood was still bringing out pancakes, I was like, really? Come on. You couldn't try to be. The outfits and the music. But if you're going to still mix that with bringing out food, no, you killed it. You disrespected it. You really did. And I didn't even watch it. I just saw the GIF on social media, and I was like, really? Embarrassing. So, man, Cross versus Johnny Impact next week. It seems like this was rushed a little, but sometimes you need to hurry things along for, dare I say, shock value. And that's certainly what you are going to get here with sorry, someone's stuff falling on top of the computer, hit a couple things up there. When I was trying to move stuff around last night to put the light in place for the spooky Lucha Underground review. But yeah, this First of all, I want to apologize for last week because I had said that I mistakenly took Johnny Impact on the ground in the back, attacked for Matt Sydal. Okay, I thought that that's who Cross attacked. I legit who thought that's who that was, and then I came off, the show, went right into my Twitter feed and saw the promo pic, Johnny Impact versus Cross, and I was like, wait, what? And then I was like, why is Cross facing Johnny Impact? That makes no sense. Did I miss something? And then right along with that, I rewatched that ending promo where he attacked Johnny Impact. In my defense, he was upside down and he was all whatever, And I thought it was Matt Sydal. It was an honest mistake. I felt really stupid because I even had people in the chat afterwards, yo, that's not Sydal. And I was like, hey, I even, after loading the video, put a note in the description saying, hey, my apologies, I screwed up. I mean, I felt like an idiot. I wasn't going to take down the video, but I felt like an idiot. But hey, I'm human and I'm old. And I have very thick glasses, and sometimes I don't see things right. I should be like legally blind. Yeah, I know. Stop making excuses. I'm an idiot. Okay, whatever. So, and we'll get into the full card for Final Hour in a bit because we get matches announced throughout this whole show pretty much, and then a roundup at the end. So let's start at the top here. We got Rich Swann versus Willie Mack. Man, talk about starting out your show with a headlining match. Seriously. I mean, these two clobbered the shit out of each other. I mean, Rich Swann is nothing to sneeze at. He's one of the most athletic guys on this roster. Now, you put a guy who is just as athletic, just as talented, and add 100 pounds on him that can do a coast to coast. Folks, not everybody is athletic enough to do coasts. Coasts to coasts? How do we to do a coast to coast? Oh my God. Unbelievable. We've seen very few throughout wrestling history try to attempt this. And I've seen, and after I saw him do this, I reminded myself there was a match in House of Hardcore from Milwaukee from last year, Willie Mack versus, I believe it was Brian Cage. And I think he did that to him then too. So he's been doing this for a while. But for those new to Willie Mack who don't watch anything on the West Coast as far as wrestling, championship wrestling from Hollywood or Lucha Underground, you guys got a nice dose of what he can do as a singles competitor. And I'm so excited for additions to this roster like Ethan Page and Willie Mack. I can't say enough. You guys are in for such a treat. And to have both in the same episode, I mean, one's in a tag match, one's in a solo match, but still, I mean, this really was a great, I mean, there was a lot of, goofy stuff in between, but the matches were so good. I absolutely loved it. Yeah, Willie Mack with a coast to coast. Let's see, there it flowed. A pop up. I thought it was a stunner or a cutter. I actually think it was a flatliner when they replayed it. It was like a pop up flatliner. Hello. Ridiculous. I'm really shocked that Willie Mack did not win this one. I mean, I really didn't care who won this one. Who won? The fans. No, I mean, seriously, this could have went either way. And Rich Swann comes out with a win here with his Phoenix Splash. Tad bit sloppy finisher, landed on Willie's head. I was like, oh, but hey, that's why they call them high risk maneuvers. What are you gonna do? I'm sure he's fine. But folks, if you're new, don't forget, if you're digging the product, don't forget to smash that like button and smash that sub button. We've had some great growth in the channel over the course of this last month since Bound for Glory. I can't say thank you enough, folks. We've had like 30 new subs over the course of the last several weeks. It's unbelievable. We're creeping up on 560. We're getting like a few a day now. It's so awesome, and I can't thank you guys enough. I want to keep this momentum going. If you're digging the product, please share it with your friends. Especially if you like Impact Wrestling, because here on Smash This Podcast, we may throw some constructive criticism in here, but we don't sit here and bash stuff. Okay? Okay, so like when I throw in little jabs at the WWE, it's because I'm not watching the product, but I still know what's going on. And when I throw little jabs, it's because I throw stuff out there that I was frustrated with, that I feel brought the product down, that is driving people like me away from it instead of to it. Okay? That's why I'm not trying to... Look, I'm too old to troll shit. Okay? I don't troll. It's constructive criticism. Okay? I don't bash stuff. I'll praise stuff, and I'll criticize it. Okay? Big difference. KT is in the chat. Yo, J-Bone, Willie Mack could be a champion at some stage. Hey, he's already a champ in House of Hardcore. Tommy Dreamer's got all of his chips on this guy. And that's just a great example. If you guys aren't familiar with it, go check out some House of Hardcore stuff. That tournament was a lot of fun. Although, you know what? I don't think a lot of stuff is still up on the Twitch channel, unfortunately. Excuse me. So, yeah, Rich Swann coming out with a win here. And I can't wait to see what's next for these guys. I mean, the card is pretty well full, I think. They may slide in a couple matches next week for this final hour event that looks absolutely apocalyptically devastating. Can I say that? I think that makes sense. I get some surprises next week. Who knows? You never know in the world of Impact Wrestling. Speaking of Impact Wrestling, who's going to watch that Jericho's thing this coming weekend? Impact Wrestling versus Ring of Honor. Good night. Bullet Club versus Chris Jericho and the Bucks, or whatever the hell they're calling their team. I heard the whole thing was phenomenal. I haven't heard any spoilers. I've seen pictures. I don't want to know spoilers, but I'll be very, very curious to see how this event goes. Very excited to see. Did you keep those guys separate or tagged? Oh, you talking about Swann and Willie Mack? You could do either one. I mean, if you really think about it, the tag division in Impact is pretty good. If you keep Swann and Mac together, that's a solid ass tag team. Yes, okay, I hear you. If you look at, and we'll get to this more later, if you look at like a team like Seidel and Ethan Page, excuse me, all ego Ethan Page. Look, they even used that, so I wouldn't be surprised if they try to put that on a T-shirt. I hope they do. Those guys, holy shnikes, folks. Those guys work together like a well-oiled machine. They may have lost against LAX, but in the effort that they put into this match, good night. Seidel and Ethan Page. I mean, I'm sure they'll break up someday. I'd love to see a match between them. But holy cow, I was impressed. There was no squash, folks. No squash at all. Damn, excuse me. For those of you new to the channel, I do have COPD. I'm not looking for sympathy. Not looking for sympathy. But if you trust me, it's annoying to me too, and I try to get through it the best I can. I am going to be taking some new medication within the next week. So I'm hoping that helps clear some of this. Well, I'll just call it congestion because it's a pain in the ass. I try to put on a decent show. I try to have fun, and I try not to sound like I'm hacking loogies the entire night, which I'm sure is not what anyone wants to watch. It's After Dark with J-Bone and a Loogie Fest, and that's just not sexy. So I apologize. I try to keep it to a minimal. Trust me. I've got my good nights and my bad nights. I don't know what kind of night this is going to be, but we chug on, folks. We carry on. So yeah, we get this promo. We get small previews here and there throughout the night for this Johnny Impact versus Cross final hour next week. I'm not going to do predictions for this, but man, if you guys watch me, you know two of my favorites right now are Cross and Johnny Impact, or Johnny whatever brand he's on. I'm like one of those guys walking that fine line between the two, screaming, "Don't make me pick! Don't make me pick, guys. I'll just, watch, hand over one, one eye open, like this. I'll watch the whole thing just like that. Just I can't watch. I have to watch, but I can't watch because nothing made me happier than Johnny Impact beating Austin Aries at Bound for Glory. It was destiny. I'm like, okay, it's time. But then, just a couple weeks later, you got Cross beating him. Oh my God. I don't know. I mean, I certainly did not see this coming. I mean, you got a loaded roster of people. I don't know who I would have picked. I would not have picked Cross. I mean, does it make sense? And it makes sense like, oh, he's Aries' guy getting revenge on him. Okay, that would make sense if they put it that way, but they're not mentioning Aries anywhere in here at all. Love that Johnny wanted a prediction is Johnny will win by DQ, but Cross will destroy him. Hey, yeah, that could very well be. That could very well be. If you watched Lucha Underground last night, you saw how devastating Cross can be. If you've seen any of his matches in FSW or around the Indies, you've seen how devastating he can be. He's only had a few matches in Impact Wrestling, but he is undefeated. So, it does, the record does stand up against others. And I'm sure he's influencing management as well. You can especially someone like Callis, all he's got to do is, breathe heavy into those rose-colored glasses, look down at him and be like, this is what we're doing. And Callis, with piss running down his leg, would be like, Yeah, okay. Where's Scott D'Amore, you may ask? He's hiding underneath the desk. He's That's where I'd be if Cross entered the office. I'd like a shot at the championship. Yes, sir. Yep. You got it. Yep. Yep. No problem. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. I can't wait for this. We get a sign of the new and certainly improved Desi Hit Squad against the Beach Boys? Beach Bums. The Beach Bums. I didn't catch the names of both of these guys, but they looked pretty. They weren't even that tan. They probably had some sand in their crack too, and which made them very, difficult to wrestle in the ring if you got sand in awkward places. I can't imagine trying to wrestle and having sand in places that sand is not supposed to go. Just saying. Maybe they should have taken care of that before the match. Maybe they would have had a slightly better chance. But what do you guys think of this new guy, this Raj Singh, a.k.a. Gama Singh Jr.? He is the son of Gama Singh. Folks, if you want to get a little more personal with him, there is an interview over on Andre Corbeil's YouTube page. He just interviewed him very recently, and it debuted just a week ago on his YouTube channel. In fact, it went live as Impact Wrestling aired last week. So, he didn't want to get in trouble. So he aired it when the show aired as to not give any spoilers or, with respect to the brand, which is good. So by all means, yes, go there. Not now. Wait, later. Go check out Andre Corbeil's page. Owner of WrestlingWithWrestling.com, which is where a lot of my product goes. My Lucha Underground, House of Hardcore stuff. The little that there is lately. MLW stuff goes over there as well. This, though, goes over on rantwithant.com. So if you're coming in late and you didn't catch it from the beginning, you can catch the replay over at rantwithant.com. This will get loaded up over there. So the Desi Hit Squad, the new and improved Desi Hit Squad versus the Beach Bums. The Beach Bums really did not have a chance here. That's why I hate beaches. I hear you. I hate them because, I'm, old and fat and bald and just not as sexy as I used to be. So I have to, do like what, Tommy Dreamer does when he goes to the ring and wear a t-shirt and stuff like that when I go into water. Then the t-shirt just weighs like it's like 50 pounds, and that's not fun for anyone. It's sad. I used to have abs. I used to do 100 push-ups and 100 sit-ups a day. Oh, man. I used to have a hell of a mullet, too. Yeah, I know. Back to the show. I just, it's reminiscing. Give me a break. All right. Sorry, folks. It's hard growing old. J-Bone had hair? Yes, folks. I had a hell of a mullet back in the day. Anyways, Desi Hit Squad showing off their skills. Raj Singh looking great in the ring. And a very happy Gama Singh. He did not bring a broomstick to the ring, not that I saw. He wasn't ready to swing just in case. But he praised his boys, and they praised him back. And we'll see what maybe there'll be some some good tidings heading the way of the Desi Hit Squad in Samstown at these next set of tapings. We'll have to see what happens. They might have some luck coming their way with this new blood of Raja Singh and their team. How about this old school looking black and white promo on the street, on location, on the street with the OGs? I know I'm old, but damn. I watched that earlier today when they aired that on YouTube or wherever that was, on social media. That straight up felt like an old school Yo MTV Raps promo from MTV way back like 20 plus years ago. Seriously. OG's looking like they're ready to drop the hottest mixtape of 2018. Boom. Oh, great stuff. I love how they shot this. Had such an old school look to it. I loved it. I didn't even really even listen to it. I was just kind of watching it like, wow. I liked it. I'm not knocking it. I legit, I mean, I think it's funny because it reminded me of old school's, MTV stuff. That's what made me chuckle. But I dug it. I legit dug it. King's just knocking it out of the park. Thugging and bugging. Thugging and bugging. Put that on a t-shirt for King. King and the OGs. Old school. Thugging and bugging. And then Hernandez can throw in his little whistle at the end there. And with a little homicide. Blah! That's about as close as that's going to get. Oh, man. We got a bar scene with LAX talking about how they're not going to be intimidated. I think basically to sum it up is that they're not going to be intimidated by the OGs attacking the Lucha Brothers. See, and this is, and they're actually throwing in the Conan ties. I'm impressed. Because Conan has a lot to do with the success of the Lucha Brothers wherever they go. Very interesting. I mean, he hasn't come out with them yet. And that's a big yet. I have no doubt that Conan eventually is going to come out with the Lucha Brothers. And I don't mind that. Because he comes out with them at MLW. Why not? If they're going to start throwing that relationship around, it's real. Why not? Hell, they bring Taya out with Johnny Mundo now, right? Or Johnny Impact, excuse me. And that was a first at Bound for Glory. As far as putting those two together because they are a real life married couple. When they debuted at Impact, they kept them pretty far away from each other. They didn't mention each other, nothing. Interesting. So we get to talking of next week we're getting Edward versus Moose. No stipulation from what I saw, but I think this is finally going to put the nail in the coffin for the feud. And I say that hopefully because it's gone on long enough now. It's been a few months, His stuff with Callahan lasted a while, and it was a good feud. I'd say it's one of the best feuds of the year, honestly. Because it started with something real, and it just turned it into this big, crazy, viral thing that just completely, I don't want to say it alone blew up Impact Wrestling, but it brought a lot of attention to Impact Wrestling. Then we get this really comical situation, footage from Rockstar Pro in Ohio. Callahan and OVE calling out Brian Cage. Crazy. Pretty ballsy, if you ask me. I'm going to call out Brian Cage. But obviously, Callahan wants a shot at the X Division Championship. So we get Brian Cage coming. No, it's not Brian Cage. Someone who looks a little like Brian Cage. He's muscular like Brian Cage, but is probably losing about 100 pounds to this guy. Well, maybe not 100 pounds. This gentleman who I'm referring to is Clayton Gaines. If you're not familiar with him, I think you will be more soon. I've got a feeling we're going to see more of him in Impact Wrestling, and that's not a bad thing. I've seen him in several matches in Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore. He's basically a smaller version of Brian Cage, but he's very talented in the ring. Kind of snarky. He's kind of like, how do I describe him? You going to fill this? You're going to make me fill it while I'm... Why are you here? Basically, folks, Clayton Gaines is kind of like... if MJF... I'm assuming you know who MJF is. If you don't know who MJF is, you should. Go look up MJF or MJF. Maxwell James Friedman. Guys, one of the best heels, and he's only been around for a couple of years. Guys, lightning in a bottle. If MJF and Brian Cage had a baby, it'd be Clayton Gaines. Totally. Empty. I can't ask you to go get more because it's too late. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, which is why we tip a few. Why not? Oh, Pepsi. It's like Fluffy. We love Fluffy here at Smash This Podcast. Tasty. So tasty. So Clayton Gaines gets a beat down from OVE. And then later on in the episode, Brian Cage basically accepts the challenge, and he's going to show up in, I believe what they said was Ohio next week. So it sounds like we're going to get another out of state match like this one was. Well, it wasn't really a match, but Clayton Gaines showing up imitating Brian Cage. Unbelievable. Even had the fake chops. That was awesome. Loved it. Gotta love the chops. So yeah, we're getting that next week. Desi Hit Squad has a little celebration in the back room, celebrating their win. Certainly a new vibe to the Desi Hit Squad with this win. Like I said, the new and improved with the new blood of Raj Singh, a.k.a. Gama Singh Jr. And lo and behold, who pops up? Oof. Oof. Haven't even gotten to the segment yet. I'm already heating up. Scarlett Bordeaux enters with the smoke all around her. How does she do that? How does she do that? Just walks in and then she's got her own smoke show. Unbelievable. How do I get that? I probably wouldn't want that. It'd probably trigger my asthma or something. That'd be great. Welcome to Smash This Podcast. Can't do it. Can't do it. This is also why I don't smoke. 5 years. Quit. No smoking. Don't smoke, kids. When you grow old, you catch shit like pneumonia and end up with COPD like me. I should be like the poster child for quitting smoking. Oh, not pretty. So, Scarlet Bordeaux, very impressed, I think, with Gama Singh and his little innuendo. The innuendo? I think an innuendo. He's singing to her. I don't know what the hell he was singing. Oh, wait. We do get the translation from Rohit Raju saying that he's a 60-some-year-old guy and he's happily married. Gama's like, shut the hell up. Oh, that was funny. That was comical as hell. God, Scarlet Bordeaux, what was she wearing? Oh, my God. Oh. The little red see-through thingy, that just... Impact After Dark, folks. Remember, I said it probably wouldn't be a bad thing. Do you believe me now? Oh, my goodness. So, and we get the link up on the screen for, to send in your submissions for the talent. She is amazing. Haha. Yes, she is. No joke, though. She is amazing. Yeah. And I love what they're doing with her. I mean, it really builds up the character. They're doing a great job of it, but I can't wait till we actually see her in, can I say in action? That probably sounds horrible. It sounds like a Sunny joke, doesn't it? Although she's 10 times as sexy as Sunny is. Although I heard Sunny is out of jail now. Coming to a Skype near you. Gosh, I shouldn't knock her. I hope she cleans up her life. I really do. This whole hot mess that she's in right now is just damn embarrassing. She shouldn't have to, have guys pay $25 to see her boobs on Skype. That's just... It'd be like me sending you a dick pic for $5. Not worth it, folks. Not worth it. Apparently it was worth it for Dolph Ziggler, though. Anyways. I kid. Oh, man. Awkward little segment with a Eli Drake walking to the office of one Joseph Park, who apparently now is going to be backing him in this lawsuit against the company. Little weird. I'm very curious to see where this goes. I can't. Oh, sorry. It's the big bottle falling over in the recycling bucket here. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna say I didn't like the segment. It was comical. I love Eli Drake. Last we saw, Joseph Park was congratulating his brother Abyss for going into the Hall of Fame in that little celebratory tribute video that they put online. It was played at the event at the Hall of Fame. That was great that they got Joseph Park for that event, on video. Anyways, so yeah, we'll see where this goes. I'm not going to try to guess. Sometimes you can be like, okay, well, eventually Eli Drake will face off against blah, 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 blah for a lawsuit or whatever. No, I really have no clue where this is going, but we're just, okay. All right, we'll see what happens with Eli Drake in the lawsuit against Impact Wrestling. I hope it's not something that's going to lead to him, actually, this is how they, write him out of the... Sometimes they do this to guys, who are going to be leaving the company soon. They do, goofy shit like this. I hope this isn't one of those cases, honestly. But he did sign an extension. I just don't know how long Eli Drake is sticking around. It's one thing I never heard as far as like how long he's sticking around with Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling is signing people to contracts now again. Like legit multi-year contracts. And that's incredible. We haven't seen that for a while. That's a sign of growth for a brand, folks. Not a bad thing. They are turning that corner. We get a great Knockouts Championship match between Via Tulkery. Yeah, I know. Cut me off. Taya Valkyrie. Dear God. It's late. What do you want? Tired. Taya Valkyrie versus Tessa Blanchard for the Knockouts Championship. This legit was a great match right up until the end. Unfortunately, ending in a DQ. Tessa Blanchard decks the ref. Same ref that was in the last match, although that really wouldn't have changed anything. I think anybody who got legit decked by Tessa Blanchard would have called a DQ. I would have. Although if I was decked by Tessa Blanchard, I probably would not have gotten up to call the DQ. They would have had to bring in someone new. Just being honest. So, they said during the match that if Taya didn't win this one, she wouldn't have a chance for a while. That would keeps the feud going. I hope so. I mean, I would love to see Taya as champion. I legit thought she was going to beat Tessa at Bound for Glory. Why not put a married couple as? I mean, okay. In theory, on paper, it sounds a little corny. Okay, it's kind of like putting. Okay, shut up. I know they're split, but it's like putting John Cena and Nikki Bella as champ. Okay, but why not? Why not stick Johnny Impact and Taya as champ for a little while? You know, it could work. Although I got a feeling Johnny may not be champ for very long. I did not read any spoilers, nor do I want to know them. But the fact that they're like slingshotting Killer Cross into the situation is, I could talk about this all day. It's terrifying. KT says, me too, though. Jordan Grace versus Tessa would be great, but I want Taya champ. Oh, I'm sure we're going to get Jordan Grace versus Tessa in the very near future. Actually, it might be a while. I know she's making it. We'll slingshot this into talking about Jordan Grace for a bit. Folks, if you're not, and I've said this before, if you're not familiar with Jordan Grace, please just Google it, just YouTube it. You'll be doing yourself a disservice if you don't do it. Seriously, you need to see how good Jordan Grace is. Yes, a lot of people, yeah. See, Eugene. Oh, someone new to the chat. Eugene Evans, welcome. Jordan Grace is amazing. Yeah, see, right there, right off the bat. Welcome to the show, Eugene Evans. If you're new and you're digging the product, don't forget to smash that like button and smash that sub button. Yeah, Jordan Grace is incredible. A lot of guys call her Thick Mama Pump. And whereas some may look at that as an insult, I think she wears it as a badge of honor because she prides herself in in being someone strong, someone different. You can name like 5 matches for her. Hey, yay, that's, I know some YouTube channel I just followed recently threw up a match of hers. It's in my watch later list. Jordynne Grace versus, is it Tessa Blanchard? It's like title match wrestling or something like that. I forget what YouTube channel it was. But yeah, she's another one that I started enjoying when I was watching Flow Slam. I mean, like, there's so many names over the course of the last 2 years that I became fans of because I was watching Flow Slam. From Jordynne Grace to Tessa Blanchard, who's now on Impact, Keith Lee, Matt Riddle, Ethan Page, all on big brands now between NXT and Impact Wrestling. So many names. They've had like 2 great matches. Yeah, see, Eugene said, just go look it up on YouTube, man. Just, and it doesn't even matter who's winning or losing. Just, check out her style. She's impressive. She's not big in stature, but man, she's so talented. And honestly, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, she's so hot. But I am going to tell you, if you follow her on social media, her smile is infectious. She's got the cutest damn smile. You just, like, when she's like, popping a whatever, pose and taking a picture, like when she just posted today, man, she's got that big ass smile. You can't help but be happy for her. She did recently say that she's indefinitely not taking any bookings into 2019. She is going to rest. She's got some kind of injury, something to her ankle, I think it is. So if you're a fan of Jordynne Grace and you're not aware that she's injured, folks, she is. She does debut next week on Final Hour for Impact Wrestling. But beyond that, I don't think you're going to see much of her. She's going to take as much time off as she can into the new year to rest up, to rehab her ankle, leg, whatever's hurt. So if you're a fan of hers, go to Pro Wrestling Tees or go Google her name and go, buy a t-shirt of hers. There's a few significant names who are injured in the indies right now, like her and Joey Janela. Joey Janela, poor guy. What a hot streak, and now he's going to be gone for at least a year. Poor guy. Unbelievable. If you didn't hear, I know I've said this before, but I'm repeating it for the sake of, because it's kind of a wow moment. For those of you who don't know, James Ellsworth was not supposed to be the guy at Bound for Glory. It was supposed to be Joey Janela. That would have been incredible. But I do not know if he was supposed to sign with Impact Wrestling. That I don't know. But that would be badass. That really would. That would seriously bring some more star power to the show. As far as like a fast up-and-comer. That kid's like lightning. Yeah, yes way. Yes way, Eugene. So yeah, Jordynne Grace debuts next week. Can't wait. I don't know who she faces. I didn't look, like I said, I didn't look at the spoilers. So who knows? Maybe she'll dump someone like Alicia Edwards on her head. Who knows? I don't know. It is not that I don't like Alicia Edwards, but come on, it'd be a little funny. Thick Mama Pump coming out and just dumping Alicia Edwards on her head. I can't help but giggle at that a little bit. We'll see who she faces. If I'm right, I'm going to feel really bad. As I'm laughing, oh my God, I'm horrible. I'm sorry. See, this is why I shouldn't drink. Why? He's laughing at her demise. What an asshole. Yeah. You know what I got to say to that? Bite me. All right. Continue. So then we get a nice little preview promo of Cross and Impact going back and forth. Separate areas, of course, talking about each other. Man, and they are just really giving Cross the chance to just show how scary he really is. I mean, he's scary in the ring, but when you look in his eyes and he's talking about someone and like the end of the world and all this final hour stuff, seriously, who is cutting promos like Cross today? I have not heard anyone cut promos like Cross in years. And I mean years as in like Attitude Era years. Seriously, who is that scary and that intimidating? And I'll say it again, when he was on this channel and I was interviewing him with Chris Phoenix, I was so excited, but man, that dude scared the shit out of me. I'm not going to lie. That guy was awesome. No one cuts promos like Cross. He is a true talent. He is. He's an old school. I don't know what else to say. I mean, seriously. And if you're not convinced, I've told everyone, I've been telling everyone this for the last 2 years, go to the Kevin Cross YouTube channel. Period. Or kevincross.com. All of his shit's on there too. You'll be a believer in a very short period of time, just like I was. So then we get a very quick GWN flashback. Gail Kim versus Candice LeRae. I wasn't kind of like half paying attention to this, and I thought at first the match was Gail Kim versus Taryn Terrell. Then all of a sudden because she was tossing her around and with the blonde hair like all over the place, I didn't recognize who it was. Shut up, I'm blind. I told you. No, I just didn't know. And then Josh was saying, oh, Candice, blah, 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 blah. I was like, Candice? Oh, Candice LeRae. Oh. A.K.A. Mrs. Johnny Gargano. So, yeah, completely forgot that she was in Impact Wrestling for what I'm guessing was a cup of coffee. I don't think she was in there too long. Maybe a few matches, if that. The interview. Yeah, if you missed the interview that we had with Kevin Cross, he was doing it was video, it wasn't audio. And when we started the interview, there was like a natural light behind him coming through his house. And as the interview went on, the light surrounding him got darker and darker and darker. And finally to the point where it was like he was like barely visible. I was like, okay, if I've got him like talking in the dark, I'm just gonna like shit myself. Seriously. It's just I can't do it. It would be like I'm just like waiting for his eyes to glow or something. It's it's Kevin Cross. So just as the lights were going out, and I had him for almost exactly, because he's like, I could do this for about a half an hour, and then I'm going to go work out and go do. What did he say? Oh, he was going to go to the judo plant nearby and go get a workout in before bedtime. How many people do you know go do judo right before bed? That's terrifying. I'm sorry. That's crazy. But yeah, that was a blast. If you did not see it, go check it out. He also just finishing off the Pepsi, folks. Just finishing off the Pepsi. Or as Fluffy would say, Pepsi. Love Fluffy. Matt's Masks and Mayhem. Just had Killer Cross on this week? No, last week. 2 weeks ago. Right before their Lucha Underground Ultima Lucha Quattro preview, they had Killer Cross on for a hell of an interview. And oh, did he shoot on the Aries situation, folks. Oh, you want to hear someone brutally honest about being out there during the Aries Johnny Impact match? Check it out. I'm not going to spoil anything, but trust me. Yeah. Cross doesn't bullshit. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Cross doesn't bullshit with anyone, all right? Oh, boy. Go check it out. What is next here after the GWN flashback? Oh, okay. We get a little promo with the Lucha Bros saying, "We are not toys in your war with Conan." They said that very significantly, as in, okay, we'll deal with you, but we're squashing this with a quickness, basically. Oh, excuse me. I love how they add the little special effects and stuff to the promos, too. The little, whatever, squigglies and words on the side. It just adds a little something to them because they are special. You know? I'm glad they do stuff like that with them because they are unique and they're Impact Wrestling is really lucky, okay, to have guys like Lucha Brothers on their show on a regular basis. I mean, for that matter, any show is. MLW, Impact Wrestling, Lucha Underground, which unfortunately season 4 ends next week, but we'll that was one of my wife's hairs or something. Sorry. Anyways, so yeah, Lucha Brothers not putting up with any of OG's shit. All right, then we get a rundown quick here of the final hour card. We get the debut of Jordynne Grace. They don't say who she's facing. We'll find out next week. I can't wait to see who it is. I really don't care who it is. Can't wait. Brian Cage versus Callahan for the X Division Championship from somewhere in Ohio. So basically, it's all of Ohio versus Brian Cage. Poor bastard. Oh, man. I mean, part of me really wants Callahan to get the championship because I think he deserves it after, busting his ass trying to raise the bar in Impact Wrestling. And I'm not going to say OVE put Impact Wrestling on the map, but I think OVE with Callahan over the course of the last year certainly did have a stake in increasing, how do I say this? Improving the reputation of Impact Wrestling. Bringing that edge to the show that people want to see instead of, oh, the 5-year-old in the front row got a hug. Oh. No, you got OVE flying into the front row. Screw the hugs, It's like, oh, man. What else we got next week for the final hour event? Moose versus Edwards. Like I said, this should squash this feud. And I mean that with a compliment because, Edwards has been involved in a lot of different crazy stuff over the last 6 months between Aries and Callahan and now Moose. And it's all kind of revolved around each other. And I think this will finally put the nail in the coffin, and we'll see who comes out on top. Because especially with Aries not in the picture anymore, this totally does turn a page in the company with anything revolving around Aries. You know, Killer Cross, like I said, Killer Cross went after Johnny Impact, but there's absolutely zero comment on, like, what's the easiest thing I could compare it to that they could have done? I did it for The Rock. You know, it's like Rikishi running over Stone Cold Steve Austin. It'd be like Killer Cross attacking Johnny Impact. No, it's not. It's just Cross and Impact. Screw Aries. Aries has no part of this at all. That's the beauty of it. I think people assume that's what it is. But like I said, the beauty is there's zero mention of Aries at all. So yeah, hell of a card for next week. Then we get Ethan Page and Matt Sydal in a really good match versus LAX. I mean, I was expecting a bit of a squash match, honestly. I really didn't know what to expect, but this was a solid tag team match. You know, and if you're knocking the tag division in Impact Wrestling, I don't know why you are. It's loaded. You got to have a little comedy in the brand, and that's KM and Fallah Bahh. You know, whenever they come out, it's a feel-good moment, even if they're getting choked out by Killer Cross and killed. Actually, that's not really much of a feel-good moment. Well, it is for Killer Cross fans like myself, but it's like, you know, I'm a fan. I've actually become a fan of Fallah Bahh and KM. Hell, they even dress alike now. That's hilarious. KM like, no, I don't want to wear that shit. Bah. No, I don't want to wear it. Bah. Okay, I will. Bah. You're welcome. Bah. I almost pulled that off. That's how the conversation goes between those two. It's awesome. It's like Han Solo and Chewie on crack. So yeah, KM, Fallah Bahh, got the Lucha Brothers, OGs, LAX the champs, Ethan Page and brain fart, Sydal. You've got Willie Mack and Rich Swann if they keep them together. You got the Desi Hit Squad. The tag division's pretty loaded. I think you just need a few more singles people, honestly. Oh, you got OVE too. You can't forget OVE. That's, if you think about it, that's the most loaded tag division of like any brand in wrestling right now, in my opinion. Hell, Raw and SmackDown together, sitting around the ring, eating a bunch of friggin' bologna and cheese sandwiches. Ooh, hell of a tag division there. No comment. Pancake Mania. Ooh, be proud of yourselves. See, and that's what I'm talking about. Constructive criticism. You've made your tag division a joke. You guys can do better. You used to have a solid tag division. There's no excuse. You have, 300 people on your roster? This is why people like me are not watching. Because you're a joke. The belts. Catching up on the chat here. With the Lucha Bros and OGs, it would be cool if King, all those under Juventud and Psychosis would be cool. They mentioned them in the promo. There was a rumor that Juvi was supposed to show up at Bound for Glory. He said he was there or going, something like that. I would love to see Juvi and Psychosis back together. They're both in AAA still, I think. Don't quote me on that. The belts on. Oh, the bar. I'm like, the bar? What bar? You're talking about Cesaro and Sheamus. See, and I actually like that team, but I'm not watching the brand, so it's like whatever. You know, it took me a long time to get behind that team too. It's a solid European team. You know, Sheamus has reinvented himself a lot of times, and for the longest time, I didn't buy the whole thing between him and Cesaro. And I think it works well. They're multi-time tag team champs, but they're fighting against guys with platters of pancakes, so it really doesn't mean anything. Like you said, it's sad. I like the team, but yeah, it's like whatever. Just like one of my favorites is still Dean Ambrose, but whatever. Oh, yeah. What are you going to do? But yeah, hell of a match between LAX and Ethan Page and Matt Sydal. I honestly thought for a while that Page and Sydal were going to come out with a win here. And then, see, this wasn't – I think they originally mistakenly said this was for the championship. It wasn't for the championship. It was for a chance to go for the championships. So I was expecting a win out of – like a shock win, you know? And then these two would face at Final Hour or whatever, you know? I don't know if the commercials were the same for everywhere if you watch this live, but did anyone see that commercial after this match for Aero Lucha? Because that shocked the hell out of me. If you didn't, and if you don't know what Aero Lucha is, it's a brand that Rey Mysterio is tied to. Yes, I know he's back in the WWE, but this is an independent brand run by guys that used to be, I don't know, part owners for Impact Wrestling, the Harris brothers, I think, along with some other guys. They run this family-friendly Lucha Libre promotion called Aero Lucha. They did tapings like a half a year ago or something. I've been following them since day one. It seems like they've had some success wherever they've had events. And they recorded them. And Conan also is like a producer for them or something. Or was. I don't know. Conan is in so many places. I don't know how the hell he keeps his head on his shoulders. But nonetheless, the commercial basically has a lot of Rey Mysterio in it, which is surprising. Because now he's back in the WWE. I'm surprised WWE is like, oh no, another brand can't show your face. Well, if he's part owner, what are you going to do? You know, you can't tell them they can't put that if it is part of their product. So it said coming in 2019, Aero Lucha. And it features a lot of guys from just all over the place, from John Morrison, Martin Casaus. I can't think of the women who were all debuted there. Some of the girls from Lucha Underground, possibly in Impact, I'm not sure. I haven't seen what happened at the tapings for a while. Oh, Sammy Guevara was also featured, and I think he signed some kind of contract with them. I'm not sure what kind. Um, that might have been after the Lucha Underground tapings. I'm not sure. But anyways, so, and I'll be curious to see if this actually comes to Pop TV. It didn't say where it was coming to. All it said was coming in 2019. And the fact that it aired during Impact Wrestling was really interesting. So if you're watching this after the fact and you saw it, let me know your thoughts on that. Because I've talked about it before on here, but just not for a long time. So we'll see. It's been a while since I talked about them because they did TV tapings, but we haven't seen anything yet. So there you go. They're coming in 2019. Probably spring time, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Then we get the main event, Homicide, with King and Hernandez with him at ringside against Pentagon. And Pentagon did not come alone. He came with his brother Phoenix. And this is good because this was a hell of a match. We honestly, I mean, we've seen a few tag matches with, guys like Hernandez and Homicide. But man, I love some old school Homicide matches. Have someone old school like Homicide get in the ring with some, I'll call him an up and comer because I mean he's had a hot streak over the last couple of years, but he's still on the rise as far as a brand himself. Yeah, see, KT in the chat says, I forgot how good Homicide is. See, and he's been there. He's been a presence on Impact Wrestling, but he hasn't been featured a lot. And I've been dying to be like, okay, he's there. Why is he not in more matches? And it could be because he's old and he probably has creative control because he is a veteran in the ring. Like, hey, I'll be there to represent LAX, but I'm going to let the young guys do a majority of the work. And that's fine. That's completely understandable. He's kind of like, for a while, he was kind of like representing of him like, for lack of better words, you could call him at ringside like a Conan Jr. Before this whole feud blew up between the OGs and LAX. He'd show up and he'd be like just there, rooting on LAX, part of the crew, run a little interference, do a classic, brah, and that was it. Now, over the last few months, we've seen him in a few more matches, most of them tag matches, but we got a one-on-one out of him tonight. And, I'm not going to sit here and blow up Pentagon because everyone knows how good he is, but it was just great. I want to give props to Homicide because we haven't seen him in a one-on-one in a while. So I wanted to make sure I talked about him a little bit and gave him that love and attention because we miss him. He's a classic. Shoot, I every once in a while I keep going back to the old Flow Slam stuff. They had old, oh shit, what brand was it? Was it something in Florida? Or was it IWA? Some brand was on Flow Slam, and I forget. But man, they featured this classic match. Shit, it's getting hot. Shut up. It's not because I drank too much. It's getting hot in here. No, I'm not going to take my clothes off. Don't worry. Sit down. Relax. This is not a Scarlett Bordeaux audition tape. Trust me. Relax. It's okay. Oh, it could be, though. No, I'm kidding. Oh, shit. We're just having fun. I saw some crazy match between CM Punk and Homicide, and I, for the life of me, can't think of what brand it was for. But anyways, I mean, it went from like building to building. It was ridiculous. Like they came out of one building where the match started, and then they went into like a bowling alley next door where it finished. It was like, what the hell is going on? It was great. And it ended in the parking lot outside. So it was like stuff like that I hadn't seen Homicide in a long time, while I was kind of like on a, we'll say, a hiatus from watching Impact Wrestling for a while during their whole kind of messed up time a couple of years ago. And I saw that match and I was like, oh shit, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Well, shoot. I remember, was it 3 or 4 years ago, King, or Kingston, we call him King now because he's on Impact, he changed it. King was in a tag team with Homicide, and they wore masks in Ring of Honor. That team was badass. That unfortunately lasted about a cup of coffee. I don't know why. But I was excited about that for a while. But yeah, great match between Homicide and Pentagon. Everybody at ringside. Pentagon gets a quick roll-up pin after these two just clobber the shit out of each other. By the way, quick plug. Did you notice that Homicide lost his shirt during the match? Or it was all ripped and it was looking haggard? Folks, Homicide doesn't know this, but he could have been wearing a badass shirt like the one in the description of this video. Smash This Podcast has t-shirts. It's in the description. Go buy one. I was thinking about that while I was watching, and I'm like, if Homicide only had a decent Smash This Podcast t-shirt on. Huh. Cheap plug. All right. So, yeah. Great match between these two. Just a reminder how good Homicide really is. And the only constructive criticism I could say about this is I wish it was longer. I wish we had like 10 more minutes of it at least. That would have been unbelievable. Like a half an hour with commercials. That would have been perfect. But it's okay. We got a first time ever Homicide versus Pentagon Jr. Not a bad episode, folks. Seriously. But then we get a quick beatdown after the Pentagon roll-up pin. Hernandez jumps in there. King jumps in there. And interesting that even though they're Conan's boys, but Conan's not really jumping in the feud yet, no one else came out for a rescue. Interesting. So we'll see where this continues. Obviously, the war is still going on between Conan and King, but now it's just different. So, but I'm okay with this. I don't feel like, oh my God, they're still going on with this. You know what? It's been one of the best tag team rivalries of the year. I mean, that's my opinion. You may have a different opinion. You may be tired of it. You may want it to be over. I thought it was over at Bound for Glory. I guess we were. Wow. No more Pepsi, no more rum. I guess the show is over, folks. Oh, it's sad. It's a sad moment on Smash This Podcast. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, a decent show, a decent go-home show for final hour. We got a hell of a card for next week. I think definitely one of the highlights of it will be Cage defending his X Division championship, which, some people had issue with for Bound for Glory. But it was all to build to Callahan and his crew versus Cage. And I'm okay with that. As long as there's like some kind of like storytelling tied to it, I'm good with it. You know, I'm okay. But I mean, that was like the biggest criticism, I think. I mean, besides all the Aries bullshit, that was the biggest criticism that I heard anybody talk about, was that Cage did not defend his championship. You know, but it was in order to get him his first official loss, pin, submission, whatever you call it, in the ring. See, that's what I'm talking about, storytelling. He's been undefeated up until this point. Callahan got the win. Oh my God. Storytelling. See what I'm saying? So, hell of an episode. Can't wait till final hour next week. So, okay, so here's the deal for next week. I start a new job next week. Well, I hope I do. I went to the meeting stuff, but I'm still waiting on the online orientation. Hey, you passed your background check and drug test stuff. I'm a week out from it, and I haven't gotten it back yet. So I'm a little worried, but I'm still staying positive. So for now, we're going to assume that I'm not going to watch all of Impact Live, and there will not be, unfortunately, Smash This podcast following Impact Wrestling, because that's going to be my first night at work. So we'll do it sometime on Friday. I don't know when. I'm not going to give it time. I'm going to be like, hey, we're going to do it at 10 a.m. I'm not going to give it time because I'm working from like 11 till 3 in the morning. It's a new part-time job. A little awkward for the time, but it is what it is. So, but nonetheless, I'm still gonna keep up with the Impact reviews. I'm not gonna say what day and what time it's gonna be on. Probably Friday at some point. Okay, that's the best I can do. So, it is what it is. That's life. You know, I haven't had a job for a while. I'm excited to get back into the workforce. Hopefully this works out for me. So we will hope for the best. That's all I can say. So thanks for watching. That's going to pretty much do it for this week. I did want to do a video pertaining the whole Jericho thing. I do plan on watching that. I think it's Saturday. I don't know what time it is. I got to double check the time. The whole Jericho Bullet Club versus, or ROH versus Impact Wrestling, Bullet Club versus Y2 Jackson, or is it Young Jericho? Whatever. I don't remember what the hell they called that. Oh, shit, I can't remember. Anyways, hope you get the job. Hey, thanks, man. I'm hoping. I'm a little worried, but I'm trying to stay positive. I just thought I'd hear back from them, because we had the big seasonal meeting. We had the cotton swab thing in the mouth, put it in the envelope, turned it in. Hey, we'll see you on your start date. But I have not received confirmation yet. That's what I'm waiting on. So, waiting for that email/text. That's what it says on the paperwork. So, we'll see. Crossing my fingers and my toes and the hairs inside my nose. And that's going to be it for this one. Shit. We're just goofy. It's J-Bone After Dark. What do you want? I am so not politically correct. It's not even funny, but that's what you get. You get me. It's brutally honest. It's me. It's happy. It's having a few cocktails, and hey, if you love it, tell your friends about it. Share it. We've had tremendous growth here lately on Smash This podcast. And no, I don't mean that as a naughty thing. Shut up. Nasty. No, I'm not talking. No, go to Pornhub for that. Shut up. We've had like 30 subs in the last month. That's unbelievable. I couldn't be more happy or more thankful for it here on Smash This Podcast. Tell your friends about it. Make sure if you're digging the content, smash that like button, smash that sub button. I've said this a billion times. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs by next year. I should say by next summer. I don't want to do this by January 1st. That would be a little unrealistic for the rate of growth of this channel. We're shooting for 1,000 by, we'll say this time next year. I'm hoping for summer, but we'll see what happens. So share with your friends, give it a sub, hit the like button. Hope you stick around for more. We do Impact, we do MLW, we do all the alternatives. We do Ring Warriors, we do Lucha Underground for one more week. For one more week. And then we don't know what happens to Lucha Underground after that. Oh, here's what I wanted to ask you guys. In the comments below, or on the side, or wherever, or hit me up on social media if you have an idea. If you follow me on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, hit me up. And once I'm done doing Lucha Underground, because there's no announcement for season 5 yet. I mean, I'm hoping there is very soon, but so far there isn't. So I need something to fill up my Wednesdays. So I'm thinking about doing something GWN app related to Classic Impact Wrestling, aka TNA. Because Impact Wrestling is going back to the Asylum in January, I think, sometime next year, early next year. I'm contemplating, because I've never watched them all before, reviewing the classic Asylum episodes of TNA. I think that'd be something really cool to bring to this channel. I don't see a lot of people doing it. I'm not saying it hasn't been done before by like hardcore TNA fans, but I'm trying to get my money's worth out of the app because I have it. I'm spending, $7-8 a month on it. I want to get my money's worth out of it. So maybe one a week, I'll do an episode, a classic episode of Asylum TNA. If that's something, because I mean, that stuff is classic. It's really good. I mean, back then it was groundbreaking. You know, it was the demise of WCW, and everyone and anyone was showing up. So you had everyone from CM Punk to Jeff Jarrett running the show. A young up and coming Abyss. Before he was Abyss, he was, I don't know what the hell he was called back then on that first episode. That was crazy. A young AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Kazarian. Oh my God. So many. Whoa, sorry. So many young up and coming people who are absolutely at the top of their game today, 15 plus years later. So yeah, I'm seriously considering reviewing those. But if you have any like input of something else you'd like me to review on Wednesdays coming up, let me know. Let me know, because I'm looking for something new and different to do. I've contemplated doing NXT because there's some really hot shit on there right now. I love Keith Lee, Ricochet, Cole, and not Seidel, Matt Riddle, different Matts. NXT is ridiculous. It really is. How many people they've got on there? They can't even feature half of them during the week. I feel kind of bad for some of the guys because you see them and it's like, yay, Matt Riddle made his debut, and now you're probably not going to see him for like 2 months on a show. You know, it's no, you will, but it's just one of those things. It's crazy. Hell, they got so many guys in NXT, they're throwing them down in Evolve. Fabian Eichner is one of their champs now, along with I can see them. I can't think of their names. The hip hop guys stirring the cup shit. I can't think of their names. They're the tag champs. It's like, what? It's goofy. So yeah, I'm looking for something new to do on Wednesday nights. Thinking of some classic TNA stuff. If you have a better idea that, like, triggers my fancy or whatever, hit me up on social media or in the comments below. Let me know what you'd like to see. I'll give it some consideration. Okay, KT talking about the classic TNA episodes. Yeah. Impact top 20 pay-per-views and top 20 worst pay-per-views. Oh, man. That would take some time to go through. I mean, you'd have to watch all the pay-per-views, study them all. Oh, God. That would take... I don't think I'm up for that one. I'll review some stuff, but man, to go through top 20 and top 20 worst, whew, that would take a while to go through. I don't think I'm up for that one, but that's a good idea. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I just don't think I'm up for it. But thank you, KT. I will consider the classic TNA stuff. So yeah, anybody else, throw your comments in the chat or your ideas in the comments or whatever. And we'll see you down the road for the next one. We may do something tomorrow night. We'll see. Yeah, because I'm thinking about watching this this Jericho thing, reviewing that, and also talking about, I mean, there's so much stuff going on as far as contract news with the guys in the Bullet Club who have announced that they're not in the Bullet Club anymore. That right there is news. I don't care what you say. That's if you're following independent wrestling, that right there is news. So we may be talking about that real soon. Got the list from Cultaholic. Cultaholic? Who watches Cultaholic? I watch Wrestle Talk with Ollie Davis. Those guys are a trip. All right, we're getting out of here. We're just rambling now. Oh, what do you know? A former rambling about wrestling guy rambling. Who'd have thunk? All right, good night, folks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you down the road real soon. Don't forget to smash that like button and smash that sub button. Much love, everyone. Thanks for watching.